Hey guys, welcome back. It's the 5th of April. Good day, a bit breezy this morning. So let's just get in the greenhouse here. So, wow, look at all this lot. So, spring onions, both sides. Spinach, which I'm going to pick this morning. Look at this coriander. It's absolutely look at it, I just can't get over it. It's absolutely amazing. Probably going to run to seed soon, but it's beautiful. Yeah, fantastic. I'm so pleased with that. Gordon, if you're watching, that's down to you, my friend. Thanks for the top tip about sowing it in autumn. So I'm definitely going to doing this on a yearly basis, because it's been, in fact, I've just sown some more. If I spin you around, I've got some more yesterday. It's out there, so it'll probably take a while to come through because it's still quite cold at the moment, but I did want a bit more to replace it. I've also got some peas, some radish, 2 lots of radish and some mazuna, I think, out there to come through. So look at the figs are coming now. You can see they're shooting away, and they've actually got some small figs on that probably might produce a few this year, but they're going to go down the micro orchard, plant them down there. That's the plan anyway. Under here we've got 2 pots of leeks. Now this camera won't show it, but I can see they're just coming through now, which is grand. And then yesterday I transplanted these cabbage and kale, so we've got about half a dozen primo cabbage at the back. And then these, excuse me, it's dwarf curly green kale. I've sold some more of that as well, although really just for replacements, because 6 plants is more than enough for us. These are my Lollo Rosso lettuce, so they're looking really good. I just sort of keep my eye on the watering with those, because they can dry out. In fact, I'm going to put them outside in a minute. I'm just hardening them off. And then these are the Hill 2. I mean, just look at those. Hill 2 overwintering lettuces. I think what I might do is just go around and pull a load of leaves off and just put it in the compost bin, just purely just to keep them going. Because obviously the idea is that, you know, obviously at some point they're going to start bolting. But if I can time it right so that the Lollo Rosso are hardened off, planted out, so there's a crossover between those finishing and then starting to harvest them. That's the aim anyway. See, I've started planting up the beds. So we've got a couple of rows of radish. This is 5 rows of spinach. Some obviously was sown, you know, for example that one was sown later than these up here, so they've just staggered a wee bit. And then we've got another 4.5 rows of spring onion, and then the Lollo Rosso will go, or some of them will go at the end, so that'll fill that bed up. And then this is my main crop onion bed here, Sturon multi-sown onions. And if I then turn you around again, I planted these out 2 days ago. These are multi-sown beets, so about 3/4 of a bed. That was the garlic I planted last autumn. And then there's just a bit of room here for something, I'm not sure, some salad, maybe radish or spring onion again, or maybe some spare lettuces, and that'll fill that bed up. So then we've just got, I've got a row of peas under here, and it's really, I've put this fleece on primarily to keep the birds off more than anything. So they're coming along nicely. And I say I've sown some more to make that up. I just wanted to show you this. It's our tree lily coming. That's the old bit over there, which I'm going to cut off now and put on a compost heap. But that's going to be beautiful this year. I hope to bring you back at some point when it's in full flower. And in the frame, that's chard, which has been overwintered. That's ready for harvesting. And we've got just a little row of spinach here as well, which is doing okay. And then in this frame I put my beets, so you can just see the tops of leaves. We've still got quite a lot of beetroot to use, and then there's a little bit of rocket there, but I'm going to do something else with this frame at some point. And just to finish this clip, so I wanted to show you I've got some bell peppers here. I didn't think they were going to, I don't know, I feel a bit like I never have much luck, but this germination is looking pretty good. So I'm thinking, what, there's 15 cells in this tray, and there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 I can see so far, so that's, I'm really pleased with that. And then this basil, I only just sowed it about, 4 days ago or something, and pretty much every pot I can see except this one at the moment is germinating. Back down on the microp, just for a little update, I'm going to spin you around. And we've actually got some asparagus coming through. One there, and one over there, and I think there's some over here. Let's have a walk over here. It's another superb day. Chilly wind, but we've had no rain now for some time, so I'm just come down to actually do a bit of. That's one coming through there. There's the 2 spears there. So yeah, and there's another one here. Look. So hopefully I might be able to get a small harvest from this year. Anyway, I've been sowing some more grass seeds, so I think I showed that last time, I'm not sure, but will the camera pick it out? You can see that hopefully you can see, it's just starting to germinate, but I'm going to water it again because it's drying out really quickly. And I've done the same over here. I had some canvas sheet down there, so I pulled all that up. I've sown all that with grass seed, so I'll water that as well. And this one I did a while ago. Again, I can see, you might not be able to see it on this camera, but I can definitely see the grass is germinating there, so I'm just going to water all those. The primroses are lovely. They just come and go, and sort of, I don't know whether they self-seed or what, but pretty much just let them do what they want. So the plum blossom is pretty nice, and I don't know whether you can make it out as the bumblebee. I've seen some honeybees on. I mean, not a whole bunch of them, but there are some on, which is really good. And that was the plum which I grafted onto a wild plum stock on the banking, so you can see that's got blossom on as well. And this is my damson, looking superb. And again, I can see hoverflies, honeybees. Again, not masses of them, but enough hopefully to get the job done. I've just mowed the grasses as well while I'm here, might as well. There's another bumblebee. The other thing I've been doing is cutting the grass, taking the grass around from these fruit trees, which was on the to-do list. So I've got most of it done, just on the younger trees. I haven't bothered with the ones that are established. They're alright. But as soon as we get some rain forecast, I'll come down with some NPK and just sprinkle half a handful around each tree. Hopefully we should get some reasonable growth this year. Right guys, it's April the 7th. Just wanted to update you on the peppers really. So if you can see, that's definitely one coming through right there. The leaves just haven't warmed out yet. So I've got 12 out of 15, so that's what, 80% germination. Very happy with that indeed. So obviously at some point, probably by the weekend, I'll transplant those into these size pots and plant them a bit deeper like you do a tomato, and then I'll move them out into the greenhouse. I'll still probably put a cover over them at night time, but obviously I want them to get full sunlight. I've sowed my tomatoes. I've got 10 Crimson Crush in there, just stood those yesterday, and again you can see the basil here is doing just fine. And just very quickly in the greenhouse, you can see that I I mentioned about stripping the leaves off the lettuce. I've left a couple there just in case we want a big green salad, but you can see I've stripped them off, but they've grown since yesterday when I did it. You know, it's just unbelievable really. And I took quite a lot of the coriander out, but I've still left some in just in case we're going to need some. And the spinach is coming back again after that harvest, so it's possible I might just get another harvest off that before that bolts on me. Actually, I've just moved the figs out of the greenhouse. We start hardening those off a bit really. Just need to prune this one. Can you see it's just died back a bit on the tip? There's a nice healthy shoot there, so I'll probably cut it back at some point above that, and then that'll become the leader, if you will. That's it for this one, folks. Thanks as always for watching. I do appreciate the support. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, and hit that subscribe button. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.